Hey, good morning and welcome to D.C. Today. I'm Del Walters in Washington. Dramatic developments just moments ago in the trial of the three white men accused of chasing, cornering, and killing Ahmaud Arbery. They asked to see the videotape, the cell phone video that shows the last moments of Ahmaud Arbery's life, and they also wanted to hear the 911 call in which you can hear the caller saying there's a black man running down the street or words to that effect. BNC's Dray Clark has been in Brunswick, Georgia, covering the trial since day one. He joins us now live from outside the Glenn County Courthouse. And Dray, what did you make of the request this morning by the jurors?
Well, Dale, it's clear that they want to make sure they get the details correctly before making their decision as to they will convict these three defendants or there will be an acquittal. The jury started deliberating at around 8:36 this morning, and we know yesterday, just to get a sense of how hard they're working, they decided not to take a lunch, but rather work through their lunch. So this request to hear the 911 call that Gregory McMichael made on February 22nd, which was the day before Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed, and then to make the request to also see two versions of the video showing Ahmaud Arbery's death, one of those videos being the enhanced version. So the jury clearly wants to get a detailed look at those videos before reaching their conclusion. Del?
And Dray, two things. One, they wanted to see the video 3 times, which is an indication that they really do want to focus in on what happened in that video, but also on that audio tape. You heard Travis McMichael on the stand testifying that he was calm, saying, hey, I want to talk to you. But what you hear on the 911 call is a person shouting. Your thoughts as you heard that played back?
Yeah, and that was part of the problem. What was said on the stand during testimony from Travis McMichael was a stark contrast to what we heard on the day Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed. Travis McMichael gave the impression that he calmly drove up to Ahmaud Arbery and in a very calm way said, hey, I just want to talk to you. I want to know what happened back there. But when you listen to the 911 call, it's clear. Hearts are racing, voices are raised, and the energy level is very high. So it's a stark contrast to what he testified to, and that's why also he had difficulty answering some questions under cross-examination by the prosecution. And that 911 call is all the jury needs to know on what happened on that day in terms of the tone and texture and tenor of that moment, because it's clear they were very excited, they were very angry, and it was anything but a calm exchange between the McMichaels and Ahmaud Arbery.
And Dray, it also shows what Roddy Bryant did or didn't do in this case. He is the person who was taking the cell phone video, and there are two things we now know. One is that he took that cell phone video, but it did not surface for 2 months. The other is the video shows that he did almost seem to corner Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah, William Bryan is interesting because in one aspect, I think his attorney, Kevin Goff, did a fairly decent job of showing that his client, William Roddy Bryant, was not necessarily speeding at the time. He did a good job of showing that he wasn't really moving very fast, because at one point you can see the McMichaels were pretty far ahead of him. He also indicated that, hey, listen, we would not be here in this situation perhaps had not William Bryan told the investigators that he had the cell phone video. He easily could have deleted it or left the scene early, but instead, Kevin Goff said he told the investigators and invited them back to his home to actually look at the video. Now, there is some question as to whether or not William Bryan actually helped to block Ahmaud Arbery in on that day, because Ahmaud Arbery's handprint or palm print is on his vehicle. William Bryan maintains that happened because Ahmaud Arbery was trying to get into his vehicle, but the prosecution says no, Ahmaud's handprint is on the vehicle because William Bryan blocked him in and Ahmaud Arbery pushed off the vehicle to run in the opposite direction. Again, it all comes down to what the jury believes in this case.